What's up, everybody? This is Solid here, and today we're going to talk about how to improve your aim and recoil control in PUBG. So let's get some of the obvious things out of the way. Training mode, right? This is kind of the best place for you if you're a brand new player to kind of just go in there, get familiar with the weapons, the ammo, the attachments, and it's essentially free for you to just go in and shoot and spray the guns and practice everything that we're going to talk about here today. Now, if you want more kind of hands-on combat experience, obviously we're gonna have to recommend the hot drop. So the hot drop is essentially when you drop into the middle of the map where there's heavy traffic. So Sanuk, it would be Boot Camp and Paradise Resort. So when you're in Sanuk, just jump right into the middle of the big towns, and you should get tons of action, which should help you get some live practice with moving targets and targets that will shoot you back. Alright, now let's get to the nitty gritty. So first tip is the habit of pulling down or dragging your mouse downwards when you hold your shooting button, or when you decide you want to spray someone down. Right, so you have to build this habit. This is something that just comes with time. The second that you know that you're going to be spraying, which is usually an enemy within 50 meters of you, pull down, like drag down your mouse downwards to compensate for the recoil, the vertical recoil. Second tip is the habit of knowing when to stop your spray when it's going way out of control, right? So again, this is something that takes practice, because even sometimes I catch myself doing this as well. I'm spraying somebody, and I've lost complete control of my aim and my recoil. The enemy has moved around a lot more than expected, or the recoil that was generated during the time of the spray was just super random. You need to stop yourself, because at this point you're just shooting bullets, praying that something hits your enemy. In most cases, they're so off, and I'm very fortunate I record my footage, so I get to kind of look back at where my crosshair was and my reticle, and sometimes I can totally tell that I was completely off. So controlling when to just stop the spray and let everything relax, and then start again. Hopefully you're not dead by then, obviously. Burst fire. So when I first started PUBG, this was kind of my friend here. I was still learning how to spray. There was no practice mode back in the day, so I got into the habit with guns that had heavy recoil. I would burst fire. So guns like the AK, the barrel, pretty much any 7.62 ammo type of gun, or the M4, not fully attached or fully modded. I would always just hold down the spray for like the first 5 bullets, and then after that I would stop, I'd reset, shoot again, spray for 5 bullets, stop, reset. And I did that for a while, until I started getting more comfortable with my spray control. Then I started to hold down the spray a lot longer. Holding your breath. So holding your breath when you're looking down your sight is the shift key. You'll see your lungs and stuff like that next to your health when you've held it for too long, and you need to breathe again. But when you hold your breath, it steadies your aim. So a good habit to have. Crouch shooting. This is something that maybe people don't realize, but when you crouch, your aim down sight is and your recoil is a lot more steady, and so that's really important as well. And last but not least, this is kind of my little tip, and something that I found very, very useful when I was playing games that had constant action and tons of shooting and spraying and all that stuff. It really helped sharpen my aiming skills. So games like Destiny 2, Battlefield, Call of Duty, right? Because you're always in action, because you're always shooting and aiming and tracking, it translated over to PUBG. The beauty about like games like these is there's team deathmatch, which means that there's just constant action, right? And I would start to try and just aim for the head. In Destiny, they had enemies that had like different weak points, so it forces you to actually change your aim and stuff like that. So that was very, very useful. So yeah, so I really recommend doing tons of team deathmatch. I really wish that PUBG had some sort of team deathmatch mode so that you can just get more practice in with the gunplay. But unfortunately, they don't. So I kind of went to other games to kind of build that habit, to build the habits of spraying and aiming and tracking. If you have any other suggestions, feel free to comment down below. We'd love to hear your suggestions and how it is that you improve your aim and tracking and recoil control. And I'll see you on the battlegrounds.